the Lates of Ninjago's first podcast, and we're going to be discussing the Day of the Departed special. And this is the Brick Cookie, and we have
Lego Man 423.
And Green Warrior 56.
and we'll just be covering our thoughts on the special and our and like a little recap of the special as well. So yeah, anyone willing to recap the special?
Things.
Yeah, I guess that's basically. So I guess we'll say the Day of the Departed special is good. I guess we'll say it started off as like the ninja, obviously going. I forgot what the desert's called, but I guess it's like going through a desert.
Sea of Sand.
Then the Sea of Sand, and then they just went to the and quickly picked up some lantern and stuff like that. There was an expo to the Hall of Villainy. Let's see what else happened. Is I guess Cole went to Sensei Ink's temple. Stuff happened. The villains got released. The villains argued once they got resurrected. Chen started acting weird. Then yeah, they departed their own ways and fought the ninja. Dareth fought Kozu. Ronan and Jay fought Samukai. Zane fought Cryptor. Wu and Moro just met up. And let's see. Am I forgetting one? Okay, let's see. Yeah, I probably am. Oh yeah, and Chen is fighting Kainya. And the villains got majorly owned, and Yang opened the rift. Yep. And basically Cole fought his ghost minions. The rift obviously was fully open. The minions went through it and the rift, and Yang didn't, and yeah, that's basically the end. And yeah.
Yep.
And my thought. Oh, sorry.
Yep.
You want to start? Let's see. My thoughts on the Day of the Departed special. I do think it was fine. I just wish that Moro and Ronan had more screen time. But I'll explain more later.
I thought it was really good. Like, sort of, it's a different format rather than a full season. They just have the 2-episode special, but I think they did that pretty well. And I like the story. Like, I mean, all the villains returning is kind of a generic plot, but they did it pretty well. So,
yes, it was very, very well written, actually.
Yep.
I think it was okay, kind of short for the special, but at the end of the day, it was really good.
Yeah. I do like how I guess focus on Cole, but the villain wasn't actually just how to take over the world or whatever. Though I know with the with Skybound, it was a little bit different as well with Nadakon, just wanting to rebuild his realm. That was kind of interesting, but for Yang, it kind of felt more relatable. He felt like a more relatable villain.
yeah.
The Moro is obviously more relatable. I do have to say Yang, but both Moro and Yang kind of are relatable in a way. And that's probably why people like both of them.
Like, you can understand their motivation.
Yeah.
Also, Garmadon was pretty good with his motivations. Just, I don't know how they would have brought him back. I mean, Moro, if Garmadon had come back, he probably would have been good. So, it's probably a good thing they didn't bring him back for this special, since Moro basically plays that role.
Yeah, he basically does. He helped Wu out a few times.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dareth was a little bit was pretty good comedy relief in this episode. I guess for the protagonist. It's funny, like when like Summers came up to him and basically he just freaked out and tried to find the helmet of shadows. Luckily he did, and yeah, I somehow found that to be hilarious. Like the entire scene.
And now, thanks to Dareth's dialogue during the backstage scene at the Royal Blacksmiths concert, we have a new ship in Ninjago, Dareth and Gale.
Oh yeah, and Dr. Sanders is somehow good with the comedy relief thing too, with him explaining the day of the departed clips. I can't really do his voice since it's like so high pitched, but it's just his voice and the way he says things are kind of funny in a way. I don't know. Somehow I find it to be funny. I have no idea why. It'll be more of a comedy relief in Hands of Time as well. But I don't know.
You know who's the real villain in the special? Dr. Saunders' parents. Who names their kid Sander Saunders?
I have no idea. Well, I want to talk about politics and all, but he kind of sounds like Bernie Sanders. What a coincidence!
He is old.
I really
He has
thought
glasses.
Except for that. Oh, yeah, they both have glasses.
They have that weird hair and a beard, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
Or mustache.
only Sander Saunders has
Oh,
a
yeah.
beard. Yeah. Well, I like a bearded mustache. Like, how the heck can someone even grow a mustache like that? Well, I guess it's kind of Japanese-related thing, so
Well,
I can
Sensei
understand
Wu
that.
has that kind of weird looking beard, I guess.
Yeah, but is it good or bad? Sorry, I tried doing my Wu impression, but
very bad.
alright, let's see. Ronan, I did say Ronan, though he has a small part in the special. I love the introduction to the salvage mech. Well, it's probably one of the sets I'll probably pick up soon. It's funny, like how Ronan said that it's like he stole some parts from his parents, from Jay's parents' junkyard, and just stole the mech. It's
But
like,
how, though?
oh no, not stole the mech, but stole some parts for it. He's sneaky, you know. He stole the Source Sanctuary back in possession.
It's weird that, like, if he stole all of the parts, like, how, you know, it's weird because, like, they should show us how he got the parts and stuff. That would be cool, but, you know, since it's only 44 or 2 episodes, you know, or 44
It'll
minutes.
probably be explained in like a novel.
Yeah, probably book 3 of Dark Island.
I haven't read the Dark Island books since I don't know where exactly to find them, but are
Same.
they good? Should I pick them up? Do you know, like, are they good?
They're okay. I only read the second one. I don't know about the first one, but the second one was okay. You know, wasn't the greatest.
Let's just say I guess let's say with the thing. Let's talk about the fight with Chen, Nia, and I guess Kai. The thing about that fight, I do have to say, well, not fight, but battle, is that it was kind of reminiscent and kind of foreshadowing. Since obviously what Tommy Anderson said on his Twitter that obviously Day of the Departed leads up to Hands of Time. And obviously if Chen said something about his parents, it would obviously be spoiling the special. No, not special, the season. Ah, jeez. I messed up again.
Yeah, heavy foreshadowing of Hands of Time in that.
I think Hands of Time might be a big season, or it might be the best.
It'll probably be like a Doctor Who type of Ninjago season.
True.
With the time travel.
That's gonna.
When I saw that they were bringing all the villains back, like way back in, when did we first get the set images? Like,
In January of this year.
I feel like we saw them like very.
That was I think it was in November.
Like I thought that Day of the Departed would be like a time travel thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, it kind of is, but like with the Departed Realm thing, which I kind of find interesting. Hopefully, that might be used in other seasons.
Yeah, the Departed Realm. They make reference to that a lot. So is that basically like Ninjago's version of the afterlife?
Probably.
Probably.
Unless the rift or the part realm might play a big role in Hands of Time with Kai and Nia's parents. Instead of time traveling, they might find them in the departed realm probably.
Never really thought about that. That could be how they do it.
It's, yeah.
And the funny thing too, well, I guess we can talk about the fight between Jay and Samukai. Like I keep on saying, like I love the comedy relief in this special since the funny thing is that normally Samukai seems to be just going randomly after Jay's parents and Jay for no reason. But I think when Jay pulls out, no, not Jay. When Samukai pulls out Jay's mother, he says, "Do you miss me, Jay?" And I kind of found that to be funny since it's like from out of the ordinary.
Oh, he did say that. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, you have to listen to it carefully.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
I've watched it like 3 times, so
I only watched it one time with the bad quality and sounds. It was really bad.
Yeah, it was. Well, like with the video I watched on YouTube that was uploaded recently, but let's see, the fight I guess we'll say was entertaining. Though, yes, there was more introduction to Ronan, obviously, in this part. He came in a little bit late, but it was still entertaining to see him back in action.
It's weird
Since he
that.
kind of,
Sorry.
you can talk, Green Warrior.
It's weird that there's still Skylar. It would be cool if Chen went to the noodle house and see Skylar, but I guess that might be in Hands of Time probably. Hopefully.
Oh,
yeah,
like,
like was really good. Like I don't know if it's like if it's improved in the time between Skybound and the Departed, but the action looked really good. The thing about the action, there's no fighting until like halfway through.
yeah,
Until like the second.
which I don't mind actually.
There's more of
It
talking
kind of fleshes
than
out
fighting.
Like the first episode was just
it's kind of fleshed.
the second, all the fighting.
Right. Yeah, it kind of fleshes out like the story in a way. Just like here's what's happening next, and then like it's like linear. Like there isn't any plot holes, which is good.
Well, not like completely free of plot holes, but it's just sort of minor things. Like, where exactly did the blades come from? Not exactly accurate. In the museum, I'm assuming they'd want to be accurate. Also,
I don't
I found it kind of funny.
really know.
Lloyd looks at the statue of Kozu and he's like, uncanny, and Kozu looks nothing like his 2013 form.
Yeah, which is kind of funny and all.
It kind of looks like a lightsaber with that
Oh.
with that piece of then their weapon.
Yeah.
Crystal?
The Yin Blade probably speaking about what Gabe said earlier. Hopefully, we'll find out about what the Gym Blades actually are. Well, why they're found or hidden. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly. Probably in Hand of Time or maybe later on.
Well, I think they made reference to them as the departed blades or something. I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Or by like
And I
Lloyd
do.
Green second, and they were never green for the
Well, yeah, well, except like the crystal part and like the other parts of like the weapon that are kind of important. Still give like highlights and all.
let's see what else.
Well, like the thing with Yang and Cole, I found to be interesting. Yang seemed to be a more kind of like Grand Admiral Thrawn in a way. I want to mention stuff from Star Wars, but he's been more like respectful to his enemies, basically, and kind of seems a little bit more thankful sometimes. Like it's hard to explain since he doesn't really want to seem like he's wanting to be bad or something like that, but it seems like he's more like an anti-hero than a villain. But Yang's motivations.
He's just sort of looking out for himself. He doesn't want to be the bad guy, but sort of just he puts himself in that position.
Yeah, let's see. The thing that I do like about Yang is that, well, wait, did I just say that? Well, I guess I'll continue. Well, is that, like I said, that he's more relatable earlier in that he had more of a interesting personality. Now, when we first saw him in Possession, we thought that, oh, he's probably a good sensei, except he probably is a little bit more harsher than Wu. That's probably our guess. So we saw him in Day of the Departed, and I kind of like how they humanize Yang towards the end. In a way.
In Possession, Yang didn't really seem to me like he was that evil. Like Cole, like thinks he's completely responsible for turning him into a ghost. But in Possession, I didn't really think like that. But in Day of the Departed, we kind of saw that it was Yang's fault that the temple was cursed, and like I guess that makes Cole's like anger more rationalized. I mean, well, if you were turned into a ghost, of course you'd be angry at whoever you think is responsible. So,
Well, let's see. Like Cole, I kind of felt like during the day of the party, like in the when he first met Yang. Yeah, I kind of seen. Well, I kind of see Cole as kind of affecting like the plot of Day of the Departed in a way because of I guess his anger and all this stuff like that towards the beginning until he started getting like a little bit more softer towards Yang, which is fine. But you get to see Cole develop.
can we talk about the best character in this episode? Chuck.
Sure.
Chuck. He's like
yeah.
awesome. Like with those stone cold eyes, he sees into your soul.
Oh gosh.
He will be like the new TR-8R.
But
I'm calling it right now.
Loyal to Yang, like kind of like loyal to Kylo Ren.
Most loyal stone ghost thingy of them all.
Man. Sorry, I don't know why I'm pretending that I'm laughing, but yeah, I guess it's kind of funny. Well, let's see. All right, here's the thing that doesn't make any sense to me. During the fight with Zane and Cryptor, I guess this is like Cryptor said that, oh, you seem like you're doing everything to fight me. Don't try your best or something like that. And then Yang says that. Or no, Zane says that he'll stop and give up, basically. And then Yang just falls, and then it's like, oh, I guess he's a ghost. Ninjago logic. I guess droids they also have like a soul or something like that.
Like, I think Cryptor, like, sort of was swung and missed and lost his balance and hit himself or like fell down, and then he turned like then he just sort of kicked the bucket.
But the thing too I don't really understand is like, why can droids be a ghost? It doesn't make any sense. Like they could probably live in like a computer or be like a virus, but I don't really see them as being ghosts. They aren't really human like.
Just don't think about it too long.
Yeah, I just find that to be like very random. I'm like, why? It's like, I guess to say that's Ninjago logic. Though I used to be a big fan of Cryptor, but I think Cryptor being used in Day of the Departed, it was kind of underused, but also his personality was kind of dull compared to how he was in Rebooted.
Let's see. Looking through my notes here, like what stuff we haven't talked about. The music in this episode was pretty good. I noticed they were reusing like a lot of tracks and cues from Rebooted and Tournament of Elements. Like when Cole is like fighting all of Yang's students, it's like the track from when the ninja hop out of the elevator in their rebooted suits for the first time. Let's see. There's that.
Oh yeah.
There's that also, when they're sending the lanterns up, there's that like awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And then Wu's just giving this speech in the background, and perfect, just perfect.
Yes. Let's see. We did previously talk about Moro in this episode, but the relationship between Moro and Wu in this episode was pretty good. Wu thought that Moro was gonna fight him until Moro decided, like, no, I'm not gonna fight you. And yeah, we get to see the good side of Moro in this episode. He's kind of like Red Hood in a way.
Moro's development felt kind of forced. Like,
yeah,
we're sort of developing like at the end of Possession, and sort of they just carried that, but it's like he's sort of like, I'm gonna act all creepy, but I'm good now. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go back to being a statue. Goodbye. And that was it.
Yeah, it would be cool to see him actually be with the ninja for just a little bit more longer.
I mean, they're trying to balance the time between all the characters, but so I feel like having Moro around for longer would have been better.
Yeah. Let's see. What battle are we missing? We covered the one with Jay and Nia, and then Nia, and then Jay and Ronan, and then Zany. Let's see.
Zane, cool. Oh, Lloyd and Pythor.
Yeah. Yes, that one. That one kind of felt a little bit awkward as well, though. I guess I can see why. Pythor is kind of evil again. And obviously I was glad that Lloyd mentioned what Pythor said back in Tournament of Elements in like the last episode of it.
Pythor was never really good. He was just sort of
An anti-hero.
Yeah.
Basically. Though it's like for me, yes, Lloyd is my favorite ninja. Obviously Green Warrior. As well. But I did say Lloyd was kind of a little bit weird in this episode. No, not episode, but in this special. Because I'm like, yes, I know it's like he was in the corridor of elders and he was fighting next to that statue. But I'm like, Lloyd, I think you're acting a little bit too awkward at times. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, yes, your dad's with you, but maybe you should calm down a bit.
Yeah.
Though maybe it was supposed to motivate the character.
Yeah. Something I noticed that like I couldn't, like, upon watching the episode over again, like I couldn't unhear it. They use the same like shattering sound effect for every time a character dies, like whether it's a villain or just the henchmen, or I think even like the ghost students. I mean, they don't really die; they just sort of fall over and come back up again. But like they use the same shattering sound effect over and over and over again. And I guess that works for them being statues, but it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, like the thing with Pythor, I'm like, luckily, I guess he'll be used for more future episodes, and that he will probably, I think, his now the main motivation is going after Lloyd since he got his father. But yeah, that's probably all that we'll say about the fight.
Like he was limping away, or did snakes limp? That he was sort of limping away. He had used his staff as a like a cane, but Lloyd didn't even make sure that Pythor was defeated. He just sort of like watched Pythor jump off the statue, and then he was like, "Oh, guess we're not gonna have to deal with him again."
All right, I'm back.
Right?
It's like you never assume that the character that just fell off high place is gone. There's if you never confirm that a character is defeated, they are not defeated. It's just basic rules of any kind of like storytelling ever.
But I think Lloyd just wanted to let Pythor go, like, give him another chance or something like that. I don't know. But let's see. I think let's go back onto the fight with Yang and Cole. The thing with that is that like it was fine. Well, not like the fight, but like the entire like battle scene, like in the temple and all. Yes, we get to see Cole fight, but it was interesting for him to use just his ghost powers instead of earth powers, since like it was interesting to see that, see something different.
Yeah. Like Cole's like he just gets the orange arms and it's never really explained.
Which my guess is I got it like from the Rift. Obviously, I know Ninjago fan 0724. I think thought that, which you could be right, like what you said.
Just sort of doesn't explain. Like when Cole and Yang are both flying towards the rift, and Yang is trying to push Cole out of the like Airjitsu bubble thing. It kind of seemed like out of the character that Yang was sort of developing into, like sort of Yang seems more noble at the end, and then he just tried to push Cole out of the way to leave him as a ghost forever. And then at the very end of the episode, they just seem totally cool with each other. Like,
well, maybe Cole has like a understanding now for Yang, and maybe it'll be cool to have Yang as like a second sensei.
yeah,
Now that Garmadon is obviously gone.
It looks like they're going to be using the Temple of Airjitsu like as a ninja base now. Which I guess
and probably.
I think that was.
I think that and probably the X Cave.
Yeah. They got too many ninja bases now. They got the Bounty, they got the Airjitsu Temple, they got the X Cave.
They got everything.
Yeah. It seemed like at the end, well, like a year passed between when the episode basically, when Cole is defeated Yang and when the episode ends. Like Cole is telling the story of what happened, like it happened last year. So
yeah.
I guess they just made the sudden leap forward in time, and nothing happened during that year.
So Hands of Time happens 2 years after Day of the Departed then.
Well, we don't really know.
That could possibly happen.
Maybe we can
But
ask Tommy Andreessen or Anderson. Why am I always
Anderson.
mispronouncing his last name? Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So,
also, speaking of time, they said there was 3,721 years between yin yang moons. So, does that mean that Ninjago has been around for at least 3,721 years? Because the Ninjago timeline is getting pretty confusing.
this is including like Wu's age and other stuff like that. It's like
so it was technically 3,000 something years then.
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of confusing.
Don't think about it too hard.
Yeah, hopefully you'll get like a better explanation to that, and also in Hands of Time as well. Maybe not. Maybe in future seasons.
Yeah.
But let's talk about our final thoughts now on the episode. Well, not an episode, but special. I don't know why I keep on saying that because it felt like more of like an episode. But I do have to say, I did like seeing the interaction between like the ninja and how much they evolved, and then it was kind of odd. Well, good to see that I guess Cole was kind of dealing with some character development since he kind of deals with none. So yeah.
I'm just kind of wondering, will this like count as like an episode? Will we pick up with will we pick up that? What are we on now? What do we leave off at Skybound? 64?
65, I think.
So would this be episode 65 and 66, or just episode 65, or will it not count as an episode at all? Like, where will Hands of Time start? Like,
probably at 65, or unless they make it a 68.
Like, will this just be the Halloween special and not be given a number?
It'll probably just be a special and nothing else.
Pilot episodes weren't counted as the numbers, so.
But yeah.
Oh, something I didn't mention. When the statues are first coming to life, Chen hits a button and starts inflating like this bouncy house thing that he did in the mini movies. So I think that was pretty cool how they tied it into the mini movies.
Oh yeah, and it was funny to see like Chen, like when he got the Chenosaurus legs all working and all. Like it's funny like how he just went all over the museum just wrecking things by accident.
Yeah.
Hey, what? Sorry. That's kind of like a sample of what he said.
Yeah. Chen's voice is hard to imitate.
Yeah, it kind of is. So what are your guys' final thoughts on the episode since we're going to close the podcast in a little bit? Well, not episode, but special.
I think the special is really good. It would be nice if it's a bit longer, like at least 50 minutes, but, you know, I get how it's only a special, so, yeah. I like how Cole is, like, it's only focusing on Cole, mostly Cole or mainly Cole, so, yeah, so it's really cool. I think it's really good.
I thought it was good for the time that it had. Like, for a 2-episode special, it was good, like the storytelling that they did, but just I wish they'd had more time to dive into like Moro's development and maybe an explanation on like some things that didn't really get an explanation.
Yeah, it did help out with that. So, lastly, I'll say this podcast is kind of convoluted a little bit. I did not know how to start it off and all, which I haven't done a podcast in a while, but yeah. But this is our first podcast. Hopefully, our second podcast will be a little bit more better, and hopefully they'll be a little bit more entertaining. You'll have special guests and etc. And in the near future. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And I guess this is Brick Rookie signing off.
Like Man423 signing off.
Green Warriors signing off.
And hopefully you guys have a great day and a good Halloween. So yeah, this will be uploaded on Halloween. But so yeah, hope to see you guys in our next video and probably in our next podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed.